Hello, welcome back to my channel, and this is part 5 of Let's Make a Puzzle. Last time we made our first function popper, creating a puzzle. So let's continue with making some of our functions. Before we go ahead and do that, let's open up our construction script, and we're going to add our create puzzle, compile it, and hopefully if you look, you will see that we do have a puzzle. There seems to be an error with that tile. It's in the wrong place. So I would imagine I've done something wrong in the create puzzle. So let's have a look. Let's create puzzle. Have I got my tile numbers? Yes, I have. Remember what I said about being careful? I have 2 number 4s. Number 3 should go down to there. This number 4 should disappear. And tile 2. Oh, tile 2 should go there. No. Tile 1 goes there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So there you go. Shows you about being careful, what I was saying last time. Mistakes are easily made, but also easily rectifiable. Now if we look, we have our dog picture with the missing portion on our left. Okay. So whatever your picture is, you'll get a similar effect with the bottom right, sorry, bottom left, bottom right section missing. Great. We know that that function is working fine. So let's go on and fill in our next function. This will go down the line. So we've got our shuffle puzzle. This one is relatively simple. So in here we're going to get our spaces array. We're going to for each loop through this array. We're going to get the relative location, where it is in the position in the grid. Get relative location, this one. And we're going to bring in our relative locations array. I'm going to say add. Okay. Okay. Then we are going to, once that's finished, we're going to get in our relative locations again. And with arrays, they actually have a nice built-in function called shuffle, which literally shuffles the function. So now we've shuffled the locations. So here we've gathered all the locations of where they are. Now we've shuffled them all up, moved them all around inside the array. We're going to want to set the tiles. So we're going to bring in our tiles. And we're going to for each loop to our tiles, like so. We're going to drag out of here. We're going to get relative location. We're going to split the pin because we still need the Z location. Okay. We drag off here and we're going to say set relative location up in there. Join that up there, and we're going to right click and split this pin, and Z goes to Z because we don't want to change the Z location. Then we're going to get our relative locations we're going to get, copy is fine, we don't need a reference, index 0, split this pin here, move to the X and the Y. Then drag this down here, the reroute node, and then we're going to say remove index. And for those of you that don't know, when you remove an index in an array, it literally does that. It actually removes that index and everything moves down. So by removing 0, 1 now becomes 0, 2, 1, so on and so forth. So it's literally going through this, and we're taking 1 off the array each time until it's empty. Okay. And then once we've completed that, that's it for shuffle. Okay, so we now shuffle our locations, and you'll see when we play that actually works. Okay, so the next one we're going to quickly do is this one, which is very simple, is get neighboring tiles. It does have an output, so we want an output of, I'm going to call it neighboring tiles. Why am I copying it, you ask? My spelling's terrible. And this is going to be of type primitive component. Primitive component, make sure it comes up as primitive component type, and this is going to be an array. What we're basically going to do is we're going to take our clicked mesh, which we don't have at the moment, so we're going to make a new variable. Call this clicked mesh, and that is of type primitive component. Again, primitive component. Let me just double check what this is, because yes, primitive component type. So we're going to get this, drag it in, and I'll show you, we will be setting that later on. We're going to say get world location. We can drag off of here, and we're going to say sphere collision, sorry, sphere overlap the right to bottom components. Okay, and the start location or the sphere position is here. So basically we're putting a sphere in, and we're saying anything inside that sphere, is there anything overlapping? Okay, and we're going to use our mesh size for the sphere radius. We need to set a default on our mesh radius 10, which is the size of the tile. So anything from the center of this tile, radius of 10, will get hit. So it'll be hitting, more likely, it should be hitting your various other tiles around it, see whether we're blocked in or not. Okay. Now the object types, we need to make an array of them. array, make array. We're going to use world static and world dynamic. Okay. And we're simply going to return that array. Okay. We have about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes left. Let's do another function. Get move positions. We're going to do this. Okay, that's relatively simple as well. This has an input, and the input is going to be neighboring tiles, and that should be primitive component. We should have a variable here saying we don't. So we need to make another variable. I missed that one out when we were making them. And it's going to be move to target. And that's also a primitive component, so that's fine. First of all, we're going to set that to null. Clear it, just in case it's got anything in there. Then we're going to get our neighboring tiles variable from here. Okay. We're going to for each through these. Straight for each loop. And then what we are going to say is overlapping actor, and the actor we want to know is ourself, or the overlapping ourself. If it's false, we want to do something. Okay. Advance. Here we want to return those. And we want our move to target on that false here. And you can reroute this 1, 2. Like that. Okay. And we're going to add a return node. Okay. That should do it for that function. Let's see what we're doing for time. 13 minutes. Okay, I'm going to finish this off here. Next episode, we'll do the last function in here. Then we'll start implementing the functions and also adding the function to our player so that we can interact. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already. Go check out my Patreon or buy me a coffee if you appreciate what I do. Or if you just want to chat, join my Discord. See you in the next one. Bye.